Mija, I just washed my face. We're gonna pick up the hair, and no worries. I'm not gonna be aggressive. I'm not gonna leave it up. I'm not gonna leave it in a bun the entire day. I've learned, okay? If you haven't seen the other videos, long story short, I've been the one causing my hair falling out. But I need my hair completely out of my face because we are going to play around with the items I received in the AIA Beauty Bundle for the month of Diciembre. We received 2 hydrating creams for the skin. One is an actual cream. You can apply day, night, in between, all of that. And you can pop your makeup right on top of it. I know for a fact because I have done it. And it doesn't peel, it doesn't break up or anything. It's actually really, really amazing. If anything, it like adds a little touch of radiance to your skin with and without your foundation on. And then we have the balm. I'm going to move the balm over to the side. I'm not going to use her right now. The balm is much thicker and more hydrating. I personally would not apply that on the skin and then go in with foundation because your foundation may end up looking a little on the funky side because of how hydrating it is. This is the Water Glow Cream. We're gonna get about that much. We're gonna do this. I am going to apply it on the skin. I've gotten feedback from people saying, well, if I were to apply as much product as you're applying, my makeup wouldn't stay on all day, or it would separate, or it would look weird. So it's all gonna depend on your skin. If you have really dry skin, absolutely, you do want to truly hydrate your skin. Give it a second to absorb the product. Think of it like a sponge. If the sponge is dry, you gotta give it a minute to kind of like absorb any liquids. So you wanna really blend it in, massage it onto your skin, especially in areas where you may have dry patches. My hormones, I told you guys, my hormones are exactly where they need to be. We're starting off with the breakouts already, which is annoying. They'll be gone in like 2 to 3 days. Now I can go ahead and apply my primer. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna do one of these again to focus it on the T-zone of the skin, and then once I've done that, I will blend it onto the rest of my face. And what's really awesome is if you apply a moisturizer underneath, i.e. something like this, when you're going in with your primer, you don't really need a lot because your skin is already like soft. So anything that you apply on top of it will blend beautifully and evenly. And I love to say less is more because that's the truth. Less is more. Oftentimes when you over apply product, that's when it looks dry, patchy, it creases really fast, it doesn't last all day, or even going like this, it just smears off. And that's because there's so much product applied over product. It's not sitting well, it's just like right on the surface, and it's just gonna move around. There's no way around it. My skin look hydrate. I don't even know why I did this because it's not for, you know, it's a primer, but whatever. I'm gonna move forward to applying foundation, and no, there's no foundation in the Touch and Soul bundle, so I'm just gonna grab a foundation that I have in front of me. I have the Makeup Forever HD Skin In 3R44. It's beautiful. It's a light medium. It's technically medium, but I like to go light. I do 2 pumps. I use a sponge. Yes, the sponge absorbs, as you guys can see, but just because it disappeared doesn't mean anything. So I like to just pounce it. That's gonna give me really light, beautiful coverage. You can also smear if you wanted to, like just do one of these. The sponge still has the product within it, you just can't see it. Are you losing product? Absolutely, but this is a great way to not over apply. I get a lot of compliments on how flawless my skin looks, and that's mainly because I prepare the canvas and then I go in with a very light amount of product on top. And notice I'm not going under the eyes, I'm going in with concealer. So why over apply? If you apply your foundation under your eye and then go over it with concealer, that typically causes concealer to crease. So for those of you who have had issues with your concealer creasing in certain areas, avoid applying your foundation there. And you see what I'm saying? It looks radiant, it looks poreless, it looks like a clean canvas. It looks really pretty. I'm gonna apply concealer under the eyeball. I'm gonna do a little bit of this. I'm just using the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue, and mine is a light bamboo. You know what? I think I wanna go pretty today, like pretty and light, simple, flawless. This is not necessarily gonna be like Christmassy. This is more so like everyday. This concealer is a little off, by the way. I'm not necessarily reviewing the concealer on video, but I'm gonna tell you right now, it's different because it is very lightweight, but it automatically looks chunky the moment it comes out of the tube. It's different, it's weird. I'm gonna set the under eye area very lightly, and then wherever else I applied concealer. Next, we're gonna use the primer that is apparently for the eyeballs. We shall see how this works. I like the convenience of being able to do this and just apply your primer, but the weird part is I can't really see where the primer is because it's clear. I'm hoping, just hoping that this looks as amazing in the end as it would if I were to use my Gerard Cosmetics, because you guys know Gerard Cosmetics is a ride or die for me. I feel like I got everything, like every little bit of it. It's different, but we can't poo-poo on it until we actually try it. So we're gonna move in and try the Tres Luce all over again. I feel like this is like perfect because we have some really decent mattes in here. We're gonna keep the eye nice and matte and breedy, okay? Okay. With a fluffy brush, I'm gonna dip into the shade. Which shade do I wanna go into? Let's keep her simple. I'm gonna go into Ease, and I'm gonna apply that on the crease, but like the top portion of the crease somewhat. I don't know what's happening because I can't see it. This primer promised that I was gonna get full pigment, vibrancy, and long wear. So I hope it's true. But I mean, it's a shade similar to my skin tone. So I can see where, I don't know. Let's give it a benefit of the doubt. Okay. With an eyeshadow brush, I'm going to dip into Paz. But I feel like Paz is too... So Paz and Ethereal, we're going to mix these two together. Because Paz is like way too much for what I'm trying to do. So I'm going to tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. Yeah, mixing Paz and Ethereal is going to be a little better because otherwise it would be a little too dark. And if anything, I think that crease is slightly darker than I would have wanted it. So I might actually brighten that up a bit. I mean, the primer definitely grabbed onto the eyeshadow. It doesn't compare to my Gerard Cosmetics. First impressions, it doesn't. But it did grab onto the eyeshadow, so that's a plus. And then because this is just way too dark for my liking and for the look that I'm trying to go for, I'm going to go into Ethereal with a different brush. And I'm going to just kind of brighten that crease a bit. Okay, we're exactly where I need to... You guys are freaking smart. So that's something I was going to bring up. I kept getting messages like, you do know the mirror comes off. What do you mean the mirror comes off? I had no freaking clue. You can remove the mirror. You can... Becky is amazing. So I'm going to take that same brush that I used and I'm going to dip into the shade Abundance, but I'm going to dip in so light, like that very, very tip that you won't even notice there's eyeshadow on it. And the reason being is I'm going to pop this directly here onto the crease. I want to deepen it a smidge without creating a smoky eye or anything. I am attempting to emphasize that crease just a bit. And this is a really great trick for anyone that has hooded eyes. It's hard to find a crease on a hooded eye, so fake one. But in your case, I would recommend that you use a gray taupey shade. Those tones will add a bit of a shadow, somewhat of a cast onto your eye, and then it looks realistic. You see, keeping her simple, she's pretty, very, very lightly. Now I'm going to create a wing. I'm going to use the P. Louise Fallen Line Duo. I'm going to use the brown side though. And this is something that I received in my advent calendar. I like it. I don't necessarily love it, but I think that black would be way too harsh and this brown will do just the trick. Now I'm going to apply the mascara. This is so freaking convenient. You guys are damn smart. I didn't even know. I'm a little concerned about the mascara because I've never tried her before. So I'm like concerned that it's not going to work, at least on the bottom lashes. So we will see. I'm going to do one of these and I am going to coat the top lashes first. Why? So they can start drying while I prep the falsies. It's cute. I mean, it's not life-changing, at least not at the top. And I only did one coat, but sometimes when you do the one coat, you'll notice a difference and you're like, oh my God, we're not there. By the way, I'm noticing creasing here already. Do you see this right here? That's not good. Damn, girl, I didn't even finish the eye look. Yeah, no. Yeah, the primer. The bottom lashes, I love the effect that I gave them. It's like it separated them, it combed them, emphasized them a smidge, but didn't make them look crazy. So I really, really like the way it looks at the bottom. At the top, it really didn't do much of anything, but that's okay because we're gonna like pop some falsies on, so we'll be fine. All right, guys, the lashes are on and here are the eyes. If you wanted to like bump it up a little bit and make it a little more like dramatic, not that it needs to be. Say that you're like, oh, I like it, but I kind of want to emphasize this curve coming out. You can always go in with a very fine brush onto like a lighter shade. Where's my mirror? I lost it already. So I'm going into Ethereal with a thin brush. I'm looking down, and on the very edge of that line, I'm just going to apply some eyeshadow and pull it out. Do you see what it's doing? It's emphasizing this crease area here and your wing. Now I'm gonna do it on the other side too. You see what I'm saying? It kind of like bumps up the look. You could also apply some on the bottom portion of the eye right here. In most cases, people apply frosties. You can totally go with a matte. Now the lips, we're gonna go very, very light on the lips. I'm just gonna use a nude lip liner. This one is by Nova Beauty. And I'm only gonna emphasize portions of my lips. So like the Cupid's bow, I like to round it off. Allows me to make my lips look a little more plumper. And then down here, just here. And then I'm gonna go in with a cream product. You can use a lip balm, a lipstick. I'm gonna use a blush. This is by ColourPop. It's the Picnic Time blush sticks. And I'm gonna drag some of that on my lips. It adds a touch of color and it helps your lips look and feel hydrated. I set my skin with a setting spray and here is the completed look. Miss Cam is now in the building and she is actually pretty quiet right now, which is awesome. So let's do our product roundup. The Water Glow Cream, thumbs up, amazing. I absolutely love it. You guys need to try it if you haven't had the opportunity to. The Glassy Skin Balm, although you didn't see me use her in today's video, trust and believe, I've used her. She's a staple. She's really good. And if you have extremely dry skin, you can get away with using this during the day. Just skip the makeup on top of it because it's very, very hydrating. And you don't want the product to separate your foundation. The primer does exactly what it says it's going to do. It's going to kind of like hide and blur out your pores. It's nice and soft on the skin and you can actually use this without makeup. So you can pump maybe 2 to 3 little pumps of this, put it all over your skin and walk out the door. You are creating a barrier against the stuff that's in the air, you know, the particles, the dirt, the dust, all of that. You're creating a barrier between that and your skin, but also it's giving you this look like you have perfect skin when you really don't, you know what I mean? Because we all have pores, you know? So it gives you like an airbrushed effect if you wanted to go without makeup. If you apply the makeup on top of it, it just chef's kiss. The mascara, I really like how my bottom lashes look. However, I am going to maybe do 2 to 3 coats, like me testing it out on the top to see what it does. I knew that for this look I was gonna pop lashes on, which is why I didn't really attempt to build it up, and I don't like to judge my mascaras too much on how does it look at the top because I have stubborn top lashes, but my bottom lashes are usually cooperative. It's easy to keep them simple, but it's also really easy to build them up and make them look super dramatic. When it comes to the bottom lashes, I really liked this. We'll play around with them at the top and see what happens. But this, the eye primer, I don't like it. I think if you've never tried a primer and you don't have one in your collection, I think it's something great to kind of start. It may be a good starter primer, but I'm doing one of these. It's patchy in certain areas, like directly here. It's so weird. Right here, it's not even, I don't know why it did that, but it did it and I don't like it. And it's been a really long time that I haven't had a primer do this to my eyeshadow, because you guys know my eyeshadow is usually like packed on, looks amazing, and it's pretty effortless as long as the formulas of the eyeshadows is amazing. And this palette is absolutely amazing. And you guys have seen it in action, so there's no reason why my eyeshadow looks like this. From afar, it looks cute, it looks pretty, but in person, it's patchy all around here. But that's the whole point of these try-ons. I want to try the product, show you them in action, and give you guys honest feedback. As always, I really want to hear you guys' thoughts, so make sure you leave your comments down below. Please don't forget to hit the like button for me. It really helps me out. It tells YouTube you're enjoying the content, and in turn, they recommend my channel, which is crucial for the growth of my channel. Also, if you're interested in snagging the AIA Beauty Bundle with the Touch and Soul products within for the month of December, it is still available. I do have a link and a discount code down below for you guys. If you guys wanted to snag it, might as well get it at a discounted rate. All right, my chica boom booms, and that is it for today's video. I really hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.